Grab your pillow, chill with your boy Brillo. I'm back with another video. You come across it, like and subscribe. Lock into the real. If you subscribed already, we locked in. Thank you. If you a hater, please be quiet. You don't serve a purpose. Just pouring gas on the flame, and I'm that flame. With that being said, what's up, YouTube? I'm back at it again with another OG Gangster flick review, the Brillo way. Today we talking about the classic Hoodlum, and we talking about the #1 gangster of all time. That's right, the #1 gangster of all time, and that's Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson. That's right, straight from Harlem world, Ellsworth Bumpy Johnson, the #1 gangster of all time. If you're not up on him, get up on him. But the movie is loosely based on his life, and the movie cuts on Ellsworth is coming home after doing a bid and sing. So he gets out of jail, and he goes back to the neighborhood, and he doesn't like what he sees, because Dutch Schultz, one of the mobsters, is pressing the black people can't get any money because the mob wants to take over the policy, and all the black independent workers have just had to fold except one, and that's the queen. And when I tell you the queen is tough, the queen is tough. Bumpy catches wind of this, so of course he wants to go and meet with the queen. He goes to meet with the queen, and little do he know, they're throwing him a welcome home party. So the whole neighborhood is in there, the whole Harlem is in there, celebrating the return of Bumpy Johnson. The return. So Bumpy immediately gets to it. Immediately hops on offense, and he wants to meet with he wants to go to the Queen's meeting with Dutch Schultz, because Schultz is pressing, like I'm saying. The Queen is getting a little older. Everyone thinks she's scared of Dutch, but I'm here to tell you she's not scared of Dutch at all. She just knows that if she goes to war with him, she knows the war is going to be fought in Harlem. It's not going to be fought uptown. And dozens and dozens of black people, innocent people, going to lose their lives. And at this time of her life, she just don't want that. She don't want that, and I get it. So everybody thinks she's scared of the queen, but Bumpy treats her with the utmost respect. So she agrees to take Bump to the meeting. So they go to the meeting. It's her, Bumpy, and a couple more of her guards. And when I tell you the queen is moving like a queen for real, she's supposed to move. So she goes in there and she's talking to Dutch, and she's basically like, no, I'm not folding. I built this business for 10 years, and I'm not folding. So Dutch, of course, he's being a jerk. He's being a racist prick. He's sitting at the table all smug because he's in the Italian Mafia. So he lightweight disrespects the queen. And that's all it took, because everybody upped the pistols on him. And they like, the brothers is like, okay, you disrespecting the queen, we can all die right here. That's the energy that was in the room. They was ready to lay it on the line for the queen right then and there. And that's what I'm talking about. We protect our queens at all costs. They're ready to lay it down. So Bumpy talks them down or whatever, and they leave the meeting, didn't get anything done. So next, funny scene, everybody's dressed up, they got the tuxedos on. This is the queen's birthday, they're about to go to the opera. And when I tell you, listen, this is 30s. The opera, that was the equivalent of like going to the Grammys or something. So the queen is stepping out. She's going to the opera. Bumpy and the gang on the stoop, and they shooting dice. So the queen comes out, and she treats them just like mama. Tell them, stop shooting dice in front of my stoop. And they all like, oh, we sorry. So Bumpy help her to the car or whatever. Got a nice little scene of them talking. They have a really good relationship. It's like a mother-son type relationship that they have, Bumpy and the queen. So, needless to say, they can't even make it to the opera. Schultz then put a hit out on the queen, and they come shooting stuff up. And Bumpy, what do? Put the queen down on the ground, and he's ducking down, they're in the shootout. So you know how it is. He's shooting back, not, getting it in. And his thing was he didn't even want glass or dust or nothing to even touch the queen's coat. And while it's going down, he's keeping the queen safe in the back seat, and he's brushing her coat off. Every time something spills on it, he's brushing her coat off, making sure she's good. That's how much love he had for her. Needless to say, one of the toughest scenes ever. They think they won, right? So they come up and try to, they're going to try to make sure they killed the queen and killed Bump. So Bump got 6 shots. And when I tell you he made all 6 of them shots count on some Billy the Kid stuff, got to letting that thing go. He killed about 3 or 4 people, hopped out the whip, took their machine gun, got to chopping at them, letting them know. So at this time, you already know it's about to be a war, but the queen still doesn't want to go to war. But Bumpy, behind her back, being the boss that he is, he start pressing, start robbing the Dutch Schultz and the mob, robbing their policy spots. Right, so the queen don't like it, so she lightweight checks Bump or whatever. Cool, though. Bumpy tell her like, he didn't deny what he was doing. She didn't like what he was doing, so she lightweight checks him, but it's all love. So, next, of course, Dutch puts a hit out on Bump. He hires the Pickaxe Twins. 2 mobsters, white dudes, and I'm talking about they grimy, they get it done. They the Pickaxe Twins. So you know why they call them that. They get busy with a pickaxe, which is ridiculous. So they try to hit Bump while he in his little mansion chilling with his little boo thing. So, they come in quietly, they kill Bump little guards, but Bump so smart he already know what's going on. So he hiding, he set up on them. They come in his bedroom, they see he not in the bed. Boom, bow, he busts one of them in the stomach and they get to scrapping. His girl scrapping, he's scrapping one of them. Tables get turned. The one dude died. His girl grabs the gun and Bump is about to get pickaxed. I mean, he put up a great fight, don't get me wrong, but Bump is about to get pickaxed and his girl, bam, shoots dude. Caught a body for the Bump. So he made it out of that. So after the pickaxe bros come, Bump go to a party. And of course, all through the movie, we see this 17-year-old kid, Tyrone. He's trying to get put on. This and that. Bump telling him he too young. So, next thing that they try to do, since they can't kill Bump, they go get the queen arrested. So, of course, they arrest Bump right-hand man, his cousin. He got the policy slips on him, and they go to, the queen's little club or whatever to arrest her at the club. And when I say it was up there at the club as well, it was up there. Them dudes wasn't having it. If the police come in there and Bumpy got right in the police face and told them, be careful. Them dudes was willing to die right then and there again for the queen. So they take the queen to the jail, and you know what happens next. Bump takes over. Blood is spilled. It's a war for like the next year. Back and forth. Deaths on both sides. Back and forth. Shootouts, gunplay. Deaths on both. Action. Both sides. Action. So then, Dutch Schultz, he does a smart play. I'll give it to him. So he gets one of Bump's men to betray him, which was odd because Bumpy had loyalty. He paid him 3 G's. Now keep in mind, in the 30s, 3 G's was probably like 30 G's now. So he gets his man to betray him, and Bump's always in his ice cream shop, and he loves his sundaes, but he don't like peanuts on his sundaes. So he gets the sundae. He and his girl's about to eat something, but he notices something that kind of look like peanuts, but it's not peanuts. It's rat poisoning. So he tells his girl to leave or whatever. And the owner is shook because he can't understand what's going on. Like the neighborhood love Bumpy Johnson. He shows love. He's like a Robin Hood. So dude like, man, I would never do this to you. He like, man, he told me to hire that kid, the kid that made the Sunday. Come to find out, Valley, one of Bumpy men, got paid 3 G's to put some rat poison in his Sunday. So of course you already know my man Whispers, another gangster, one of Bumpy men. They kill Valley or whatever. Boom. So Valley is a Dundada. He's a rat. So next is Bump turn to make a play. So Bump goes buy some dynamite, dresses up like a delivery man. Him and his right hand, they drive down to the warehouse where they bootlegging all the liquor and basically blow the building up uptown. So by this time, the five families got to get involved because this warden spilled uptown. And all throughout the movie, the five families trying to get Dutch Schultz to like relax, like calm down, like basically let him have Harlem. Because they know if these black people start going uptown with this, it's a problem. And when I tell you it was a problem, it was a problem. So Dutch, of course, he's not hearing it. He don't care nothing about none of that. So he's still going to war. So the next play, what happens next is after they blow up the building, Lucky Luciano gotta get involved. So he offers Bump, basically a seat at the table. So and Bump denies him, tell him no, I'm an independent. So after that or whatever, Bumpy's right hand man and cousin ends up getting killed. Okay, so this is when Bumpy lays his final play down, the mastermind play. So, of course, Lucky Luciano has a black driver or whatever. So they're driving around and they're talking. And Bump finally agrees to partner with Lucky. So he's going to partner all the gambling. He told him, have your accountant come down and check out my books and my routes and everything so we can get this cheese. So, of course, Cecil, who is his driver, a black man, is listening or whatever. So the play was Bump got Cecil to go to Dutch and tell him the plan or whatever. Part of the plan. So Dutch sets up and ends up killing Luciano's man. And basically Bump tricked him into shooting up Luciano's man and going to war with Luciano. So Luciano did Bump's dirty work and ended up killing Dutch Schultz in the end. And the last final scene, you get Bump going to the funeral. Now keep in mind, he don't go to funerals. It's been so much death in Harlem from these wars. He don't even go to funerals anymore. So he goes to his cousin's funeral and everybody stops because they can't believe the Bump is actually in the building. And he sheds a couple tears. And he goes outside and it's raining. You have a final little conversation with another gangster that was on Dutch's side who Bump was able to flip. They had a previous relationship. He just worked for Dutch. He was one of the OGs when Bump was small time. So he has a little conversation with him, and that's when the movie ends. The movie ends right there. Bumpy lives, and there you have it. A damn classic. I'm so mad they should have came out with part 2. Because that wasn't the end of Bump's story. That was the beginning. And there you have it, man. Hoodlum. You can check that out on YouTube for free. For the free. So if you haven't saw it, check it out. Also, man, if you come across this, bang that like button. Bang the subscribe. Like, lock into the real. Lock into your boy, man. You know the deal. Show me some love. I need the subs. Turn me all the way up. If you already subscribed, man, we locked in for sure. I'm going to keep it coming. I had to throw the brimmer on today for the bump. Stop playing with your boy, man. I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute, man. I hope you enjoyed the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Lock into the real. You know the deal. Like and subscribe. You already know the vibe. Holler at your boy.